Hello YouTube, welcome back to, I guess it's my first episode of the new Eafc 24, or whatever you want to call it. So just to give you guys an idea of what this series is going to be like, it's basically an AC Milan Rtg, so Road to Glory. What that means is I'm going to be using only AC Milan players, past and present, so I can have a few legends, eventually a few past players, a few players come to mind, El Sharari, Bonaventura, those type of guys, some cult heroes. But as we're making the club here, I realized that there is a lot of OP players for Milan, especially in the beginning of FIFA, with Tomori, Liao, Theo, Magnan. But I realized it's going to be hard in the beginning to build a team. Especially when you see the team that I have here, it's not looking amazing. The only real past Milan player I have here is Bonaventura. So what I decided to do is, especially in the beginning, is try and make this series so that only division rivals and FUT champions, so the competitive game modes, will be played with full past and present Milan players. And the rest, so moments, if I want to play friendlies, if I want to do FUT draft, obviously, and the other game modes, I can use other players. I will always obviously try and refrain from using Juventus or Inter players. But in the beginning here, it's kind of hard because they do give me a moist keen since I chose Italy. Another thing, if you're starting out the game, it doesn't really matter what nation you pick, in all honesty. It will just, those players will probably only help you with the SBCs. But it is what it is. So here, as I start here, I realize I need to get into moments. I started playing when the early release came out, so this is recorded about a week ago. I'm just checking out the market, see what I can do. So I know I need to build up some players so that I can start this starter squad. I mean, the starter squad players are going to be the bottom of the barrel players, right? You're going to expect the 42 pace Giroud, you're going to have Tijani Reinders, maybe Rade Krunic will make an appearance. But at least with that, we can get started in our division rivals and hopefully qualify for the first weekend league. As you see here, I'm not going to be showing you guys the moments because I'm sure you guys know what it's like.
2 hours later.
2 hours later, obviously. It might have took me a little less, but I realized... you know what? Maybe it's time we start building the squad. So one of the first players I bought is looks like a pretty OP starter player for an AC Milan Rtg is Kalulu. He'll be a center back. In this game, I realized defending is impossible. I know I'm not the first to say that, but I have no idea. I mean, we're learning as we go, right? So defending is definitely something new and something that we're all learning. But I realized if I'm gonna build a team, I'm gonna ideally start building from the back. So I'm gonna try and get Kalulu. In this episode, obviously, I'm not gonna be able to afford Tomori. I think he goes around 100k coins on Xbox, which is a little bit expensive. But definitely someone that we will try and get in the future. Theo is another case, a very expensive player, but we are gonna get Capitano Calabria in this episode. But as we go into the moments, I'm trying to figure out what exactly this is. I put Kalulu in the moment because I realized at this point I didn't know there would be an Road to the Knockout Kalulu card. But anyways, it is what it is. We put Kalulu. It will help us for sure. I'm not sure how much when the card comes out, how much it's gonna be, but we'll see when we get to there. When I'm recording this video, obviously, I had no idea about that Kalulu card, and I have no idea how the promotion will work. We'll see as time goes, but ideally we'll have Theo, that Kalulu card, Tomori, and Calabria as our back line with Magnan and Net eventually. Should be a pretty decent team to begin, but we'll see. We're trying to get that team as soon as possible, obviously, for the first weekend league. But it's definitely not gonna be easy. So as we continue the team here, it's really building from the building blocks. So we're getting the wingers, Chukwueze, Pulisic, and basically trying to get them on bin, so the lowest possible. On the market, which is not easy. It takes some patience and takes some time, but I think in the beginning, especially when the game comes out on Friday, the team will be more than playable. As I make some subs here to bring in the new acquisitions, I realize this series is going to be hard, especially when I think as the series gets along and we get towards Team of the Year and a little bit past that, the series might get easier once we have more special cards and the icons are obtainable. Obviously, a goal is I want to get Maldini, who is a club legend. Perhaps Ronaldinho is another difficult goal. Not sure if Kaká is in this game, but we'll see. These are all players that obviously Milan fans like myself grew up idolizing, so they're players we want to get for the series, but it's going to take some time obviously to get there. As you can see here, I got Ricardo Rodriguez, Kalulu, Thiaw, Sportiello, Bonaventura. So past and present we have Rodriguez, we have Bonaventura, two icon, I guess, don't want to call them icons, but Bonaventura especially. We go into our first game here. I'm playing co-op with one of the subscribers from the previous game, who reached out to me and wanted to play. So that's another thing. If anyone wants to play, I'm always open to playing with you guys. Ideally, you should be Milan fans, but I'm always up for a chat, whether it's calcio or football in general. I feel like playing co-op is one of the best things EA has done to this series and has made it a lot more fun. I remember playing FIFA back in the day, Ultimate Team. It was a very lonely game. You play by yourself and that's it. It's rewarding in a sense. You can build a team, but it does get boring. As we go 2-0 down here in our first game in Division 10, it's not looking too good. But I make a pass to my teammate there, and Okafor, who's actually an OP player. I do recommend, even if you're not building a Milan Rtg, very good starter player. He has good pace, he has decent shooting, pretty good dribbling. He just feels like a good player in the game to start off with. Definitely recommend for you guys to pick him up. As he scores another goal here, another player I definitely recommend is, surprisingly enough, Giroud. As you guys probably have already seen from other creators or from your experience, crossing in this game is pretty OP. I have not mastered how to cross, which is going to take some time, obviously, adjusting to a new game. But a player like Giroud, who has a big frame in the box, is going to be very OP to use, especially in the beginning of the game. And I noticed Giroud also has a pretty decent shot, as you'll see in this series of games here. If you just hold down the circle, he'll rip it almost top bins almost every time, it feels like. But this game is difficult, and I feel like I'm not the only one struggling. We're all struggling with the game, but I feel like that's something that I especially enjoy in a FIFA game. Especially last FIFA, I did enjoy the gameplay, but I felt like it was very easy to defend. And this game defending is, I feel, very more realistic. It's not just run after the guy like an animal. Instead, you really have to consider what he might do and how to cut him off and how to cut off the lanes, which I enjoy in a FIFA game, in a soccer game. But we'll see how that goes with the updates. Basically, if anyone has any suggestions also for the series, so if you have any players you guys suggest, there's obviously El Shaarawy, who could be a good relentless winger evolution card that I'm thinking of getting, but it's going to cost 50k coins, so might postpone that a bit. But if there's any suggestions you guys think of players that would be good for the series, I'm always open to suggestions. If you guys just want to have a chat in the comments with me talking about the games, that's another thing that I'm always up for. I'm a Milan fan, but I'm also a football and calcio fan. So if you guys have any questions or you just want to talk, feel free. Another thing I want to do in this series, in this year's FIFA, is career mode. So basically an AC Milan career mode, of course. But what I want to do a bit different from the rest of the career mode is I want to make it obviously realistic. So I want to have realistic transfer targets, but also I want to do it in real time. So what I mean by that is, obviously we're already in the end of September as I'm recording this video, and the next game is tomorrow against Lazio in the Serie A, and then we have Dortmund on the weekend. But I want to sim until we get to that point in the season, and then from there I want to go play the games. So if there's 2 games during a week, play those games and upload the episode. And like that, before the actual game is played, we can have the episode up. and we can see basically what I would do compared to how Pioli would do, and see how we can go from there. So basically it's going to be uploaded once a week. If there's one game a week, we'll upload one gameplay and we'll do some other things in the series. So the videos will be short, but it's just something, a platform where we can chat. Obviously, if there's any rumors going around, if Milan is trying to sign Jonathan David in the winter market, that would be amazing. Maybe we'll do that in the series. But it's just obviously something I enjoy, and I feel like it could be a good chance to be interactive. Obviously, when the season is finished, maybe if we have a decent viewership, we can advance it, maybe sim it 3-4 years and try and go down a route that we see Milan going, hopefully winning the Champions League with due time. But that's just another idea I had. If you guys want to leave some your opinions on that and what you think it would be like, let me know. I would be interested to see what you guys think about that. But I think in this episode total there's 5 games played. This I think was recorded on the first day of early access, so obviously all the players playing at that time are demons. So what I mean by that is they're good players, right? If you get the game early access, you enjoy playing FIFA, or even if you don't enjoy, you force yourself to play because you're addicted. So the players that were playing in the beginning here are going to be tough games. And if you, especially when the game comes out, if the rest of you get the game early and you're losing in Division 10, where you're used to getting to Division 2 or Division 3, don't take it too personal. This is obviously a learning curve, and I bet you the guys you're playing are actually Division 1 or even same division as you are in previous FIFAs. So in this series especially, I'm gonna be playing a few games, as you see here in the beginning, just to get the team rolling, do some moments, do some SBCs. But I'm gonna be waiting more or less for the game to fully come out to start really playing and trying to push for the weekend league, which will be next weekend. It's gonna be a lot of division rivals games, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully for next episode we'll have a lot of gameplay which we can use to qualify for the weekend league. But we'll see how it goes. Obviously, the game is still tough. Everyone is learning, and it's going to be even more tough, especially with these starter players that I have. These Milan common gold players are not the top of the notch players. Some players are impressed me, so Giroud, Okafor, Chukwueze, I'm a little disappointed in his FIFA, how he feels on the game, but I'm sure he'll get special cards throughout the season, and we'll see how these players evolve. Sportiello is definitely a position, so the keeper is definitely a position I need to upgrade going forward. It's unfortunate because in real life Sportiello is balling out for Milan, and he's making it feel like we don't need Mike Magnan, which is obviously a joke. We do need Magic Mike, but Sportiello is definitely living up to the backup role, which is something we've lacked in Milan in the past few seasons, and we've paid for, obviously. But I don't know if it's just me also in this game so far. I feel like every game I concede 5 goals, and the only way I can win is if I score 7 or 8. That's obviously something we want to improve. If Pioli was the manager, I think he would lose his mind. But sometimes we wonder, does he actually have a mind with the players he starts and the tactics he has? But to be fair to Pioli, in past few weeks, he's impressed after the embarrassing derby defeat we suffered last week, which still gives us PTSD, but we move. But as I feel like every shot also that I get, that the opponent takes is a goal. And that's something, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel the goalies in this game are pretty horrendous. I haven't really come up against a Courtois or maybe a Donnarumma yet, but maybe the higher overall goalies are better players. I don't know. That's something we will see as time goes on. Another thing, as I'm watching this gameplay rewind, is I realized that all the goals I score are pretty sweaty goals, and maybe that's just me, but I feel like all the opponent's shots are going in, and my shot has to be a perfect, either a sweaty goal or a perfect top bins strike. for it to go in, which is a little weird, but obviously we understand it's a learning curve. And I really hope with the updates that EA Sports does that they keep this game difficult like how it is right now. Because I don't enjoy losing, but I do enjoy struggling to get good at something. And obviously at that point the game is a lot more rewarding. So we'll see. But that's that. And I'm looking forward to this series. Obviously, even if I didn't have this series in previous FIFAs, I was using mostly Milan players. In FIFA 23, I did have a series at the end. I only had 2 episodes. It was more or less just to feel how to record videos, how to edit videos, and stuff like that. But even in the past, I've used mostly Milan players. Sometimes I've had a Serie A team, but I feel restricting myself to only Milan players in a series really forces me to not only get better at the game, but have a better connection with the game. What I've noticed so far is rats will be rats in FIFA, and people say, "Oh, the evolutions is amazing. We can edit, we can make gold, bronze players into superstars, and every team is going to be different." So far, from what I've seen from different content creators and gameplay myself, is the only evolutions card people are doing is either Ansu Fati or Danjuma, which is going to be annoying in the weekend league, especially with the loans that have come out now. But it's a learning curve. People want obviously to win above everything else, but it is what it is. As we come to the end here, we get a 4-1 win. I think that leaves us with 2 wins and a loss, which 3 wins, a loss, which is not amazing, but it's something to build on. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. If you have any questions, obviously leave a comment, and I appreciate your support.